Sports Hub is brought to you by Golf USA in Kearney and Grand Island.
Well, welcome to a bright episode of the Sports Hub Tailgate here on KearneyHub.com. I'm your host, Cody Riedel, alongside Hub Sports writer Jason Ahrens. Jason, week one of the prep football season is in the books. What did you like from the games that you saw and you reported on last week?
Well, I'll start with the game I was at, which was in Elm Creek. Second week in a row, I covered Ansley Litchfield, and it was a second straight tough loss for the Spartans. Elm Creek comes out and makes a good defensive stand on Ansley Litchfield's final drive of the game to force a turnover on downs, able to kneel the ball to end the game. First-year coach Jace Dooland said he'd put his secondary up against anyone in the state, and I believe it after watching it. I mean, they played spectacular. Nick Crowley had a crucial tip pass on that final defensive stand Elm Creek made. Zach Crowley finished with 2 interceptions in the game. Back there in the secondary, so a really good performance from them. But the play of the game happened to be on a 4th down and 1 when Elm Creek had the football. 4 minutes left, they're trailing. Britton Ferguson, the quarterback, audibles to a pass, completes it to Jacob Bartling for a 58-yard touchdown, I believe is what it was. Coach Dooland didn't hear the audible, so the snap happened. He's wondering what's going on, but it turned out to be a good decision by Ferguson, and I'm sure the coach is happy that they decided to give him the ability to make that audible change. So it turned out to be, the difference in the game for Elm Creek. And as far as Ansley Litchfield goes, Coach A.J. Berkey, is disappointed. Second straight week with a tough loss, but they got a bye week coming up. He says they're going to, get rejuvenated and get ready to go back to work.
Good deal. And then any of the other games that are worth mentioning here on the show?
Yeah, it was Broken Bow getting a 28-6 victory over Ogallala. I know we all three picked Ogallala to win that ball game in our picks, but, that's the way it goes. But an impressive showing for Broken Bow. Zach Jones had 125 yards rushing and a touchdown in that ball game. Hunter Campbell had 2 interceptions defensively for them. Ogallala, a team coming in preseason top 10, they were 8-0 in their previous 2 regular seasons, but they open up this season with an 0-2 start, which is unfortunate for them. But nonetheless, it's an impressive win for Broken Bow, and obviously a confidence booster moving forward.
And as Jason said, Hub Sports editor Buck Mahoney, myself, him, we picked Ogallala to win. If you want to see our picks every week, you can find them on the Sports Hub blog every Friday morning, and
that's right.
For the most part, we're wrong. But we enjoy our Hub Territory teams proving us wrong, so
that's right.
Kudos to the Broken Bow Indians. And a couple of teams that didn't prove us wrong last week were our hometown teams of Kearney, the Kearney High Bearcats, stationed right behind us, and the Kearney Catholic Stars, both picking up wins. Kearney High beating Norfolk 29, no. I have it right here in big print.
30.
Golly. Kearney High beating Norfolk 39-20, and the Kearney Catholic Stars pitching a shutout against Ord by a score of 20-0. So we got some props sitting here. Let's forget about these props. Show us some props, or give out some props to our athletes in the area too.
All right, we'll give out some real props. I mean, these are nice and all. But no, we're going to start off in Gibbon, where Eli Van Meter rushed for 299 yards and 4 touchdowns in a big win over Wood River on Friday night. Another prop I want to give out is going back to the Ansley Litchfield ball game. Garrett Amsbury, the defensive end for the Spartans, had 4 sacks, including a forced fumble and a 9-tackle effort in the loss. And then finally, I want to throw out some props to Caden Reverka, the quarterback for Arapahoe, who had 5 total touchdowns, rushing and passing, along with over 100 yards rushing, and a big win over Maxwell, as the Warriors are rolling after 2 weeks.
And throwing out a team props, Kearney Catholic starting their volleyball season, looking pretty good.
Yeah, went undefeated in the Beatrice Invitational Tournament. A lot of good teams there, a lot of Class A schools there, including Lincoln Pius, and a top-ranked Class B school in Waverly. The Stars took care of them all. So props to the KCHS volleyball squad, off to a quick start like anticipated.
The Stars are shining bright over at Kearney Catholic.
That they are. Look at this guy.
All right. Now moving on. Week 2 of the prep football season, week 2 for UNK. What are some of the football games you're looking forward to?
The first one is actually, once again, the school right behind us, Kearney High, hosting Lincoln Southwest, a couple of 2-0 ball clubs. It's going to be an exciting atmosphere here. I'm sure you can relate, having gone to school with the Rowdies.
Yep. Rowdies are rowdy, so.
Of course, Lincoln Southwest bringing in a couple of Husker commits, Josh Banderas, a very talented, big physical linebacker who's also running the football for the Silverhawks, and Locatour, who transferred in from Texas after committing to Nebraska, and he's probably going to have himself a Whale of the Year on the line for Lincoln Southwest. So it'll be a real challenge for Kearney High to be able to shut down those guys, but they do have the firepower to get it done, and it's a high-profile game early in the season. It'll be exciting.
It'll be a good challenge for the Bearcats and the Rowdies. Home field advantage will be out in full force, and Kearney High breaking into the World Herald top 10 rankings at number 9 this week. Another team that broke into the top 10 ratings in Class C1, the Kearney Catholic Stars, they are at number 8, I believe, in the top 10 rankings. They will be taking on St. Paul here at home as well. Any other games that you're looking at this week?
Yeah, a couple real quick. Overton traveling to South Loop. You've got a defensive-minded team with Paul Huskenvelt. They're in the top 10 as well. I don't think they broke in, but they are in the top 10. They'll be taking on Derek Hildebrandt, a very talented running back who got props way back in week 0, if I believe, and the South Loop Bobcats. So that'll be an interesting matchup. And then also Wilcox-Hildreth traveling to SEM to have a chance to go 2-0 for the first time in 9 years. The two schools co-opted sports back in 2002, and they were able to accomplish a 2-0 feat in their first 2 seasons combined, but they haven't done it since. So for the first time in 9 years, the Falcons going for 2-0, and it's very winnable. So good luck to the Falcons.
They could be soaring after Friday's game.
Absolutely.
Alrighty. Now transitioning to the college athletic field, UNK hosting their first MIAA opponent this Saturday, Emporia State. What are your thoughts on that game?
Once again, it should be another great matchup, but what game isn't going to be a great matchup in the MIAA? Emporia State preseason picked number 7 in both media and coaches poll, 1 spot behind the Lopers at number 6. Watch out for quarterback Tyler Eckenrode, who tossed for over 400 yards and 2 touchdowns in a big win over Fort Hays State last Saturday. So obviously, offense isn't too big of an issue with them, and the Loper secondary should have their hands full. But it'll be interesting to watch, just like every game.
See how UNK responds coming off their first loss of the season. And kickoff time for this game?
2 o'clock on Saturday.
2 o'clock. You can enjoy the Loper game at Ron and Carroll Cope Stadium. Then you can sit at home and watch the Husker game.
No excuses.
One more Loper team that we should recognize: the volleyball team.
Yeah, going undefeated out in Hawaii in the tournament, and because of their efforts out there, they are now up to number 2 in the coaches poll.
Yep.
So
the ABCA national poll. So kudos to them as well. Well, thank you for stopping by here at the Sports Hub Tailgate on KearneyHub.com. Make sure you pick up your Kearney Hub print edition for all the latest sports headlines. Check KearneyHub.com for breaking news. Check out the sports blog, KearneyHub.com/SportsHub. And I'm Cody Riedel, Jason Ahrens. Thanks again. UNK hosting their first MIAA opponent on Saturday. What are your thoughts on that game?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Maybe I should have thought about it first.
Golf USA is your one-stop golf shop in Kearney and Grand Island, specializing in golf supplies, full repair services, and custom club fittings to meet the needs of golfers young and old. Golf USA, your internationally known, locally owned golf store in Kearney and Grand Island.